Hey, you guys remember MySpace? Remember when MySpace just stopped being a thing? Why was that? Well, if you ask me, there's a number of reasons. I think a lot of it had to do with MySpace wanting to be kind of the premier site for social media and music blended together. And when Google bought YouTube, they, of course, wanted YouTube to be the premier site for music videos and started starving MySpace out of their content results. Which, okay, that's a part of it. But another big part of why MySpace failed was because of the shitty UI. Everything was so cluttered and just discombobulated and clusterfucked that it was a chore to navigate it. A lot of people were not happy with the user interface. A lot of people weren't happy with how they were treating the users, and they just left the platform. So what does that have to do with anything? MySpace has been gone for a long time. Yes. YouTube wants you to upload ID to watch videos now, and they frame this as some sort of age verification process for safety, and that's total bullshit. In fact, I would be inclined to say a large percentage of the things that you see nowadays framed as for your safety are total bullshit, and really what they mean by safety is invasion of your privacy. That rant aside, YouTube now wants you to upload ID if they deem it necessary so that you can verify your age to watch videos. Okay, that is silly for so many reasons. I don't even think I need to get into it. But on top of that, you're met with 2 to 3 unskippable ads, obviously, unless you have figured out a way around that, and drop your favorites in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I personally use Brave. Not sponsored by them. Don't like giving companies out if they don't pay me, but hey, if you want to skip the ads, that's one way to do it. But either way, you got 2 or 3 unskippable ads right out the gate, unless you figured out a way around that. They recommend you quite literally the same 10 or 15 videos every single day. Every day. The same 15 videos. And of course, you feel free to jump in the comments and tell me, well, you can delete your history and they'll give you new ones. And sort of, not really. They still give you 5 or 6 of the same ones. And just on the whole, the algorithm should be feeding you new things that you might be interested in or might want to watch, not the same 10 to 15 videos over and over again for 15 weeks. Pretty crazy. It sounds to me like YouTube is kind of going the way of MySpace. So why are people still on YouTube? And yes, obviously, I recognize the irony of making this YouTube video on YouTube complaining about why are people on YouTube and its shitty interface and okay, great. But maybe it's time for a new platform. Maybe it's time for a new platform. Maybe everybody needs to start migrating somewhere else. Maybe somebody needs to create another video platform where they can do that. But I think what really sticks people to YouTube is the idea of monetization. There's no shortage of people saying, oh, I made all this money and quit my job because now I make YouTube videos and I make so much money. And of course everybody wants to do that. Everybody's jobs suck nowadays. So why wouldn't you want to do that? But the reality is most of us are not going to do that. Most of us are not going to become YouTube millionaires. Hey, it's me in post. I'm just editing this in real quick. Yes, I fully understand that the majority of content is on YouTube. There's millions and millions of videos uploaded to YouTube every day. So obviously this is where all the content is. I guess my whole point in this is that if people start migrating off of the platform, then obviously all of that content goes somewhere else along with the users. All right, back to the video. So, having said that, why aren't we shifting to a different platform since this one is becoming invasive and abusive of its users and just kind of shitty in general? I don't know. Food for thought. Thanks for watching.